And music.
Whoop whoop.
Alrighty, what's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another live stream for the Urban Legends tonight. Season 2, Episode 9. 3 more episodes to go in Season 2. Urban Legends of Africa.
What's good? Who is that? Mama Cassie? Is that Cassie? Too sweet, guys. Too sweet.
Alright, guys.
We
I
getting the
don't have my webcam up today because I am actually on a different computer. So I don't have my web camera with me. So y'all gonna be seeing the logo tonight.
Too sweet.
But first off, what a night we had last night on Urban Legends of Scotland.
Oh yeah.
Talked about some urban legends and then some haunted places around the Scotland area. Tonight, it's Africa, and more specifically, I'm going to be talking about South Africa.
That's perfect. That's actually what the thumbnail flag is, the South African flag.
Some of the more fascinating myths and legends around South Africa is what we're going to be talking on tonight.
Well, I got the top 10 urban legends of all of Africa. So this is going to be awesome.
Now, please bear with us tonight as some of these words are going to be very difficult to pronounce because
Yeah.
I'm not African.
Neither am I. But yes, I got the top 10 scariest African urban legends. But Dakota, you go first.
All right. Well, first off, we're going to start off with a update about an upcoming live stream coming this Thursday night. We're going to be, well, I don't know, Nubs will join, but like same time, 10 o'clock.
I'll be here.
But I'm going to give us a sneak preview on the upcoming events of the weekend.
All right. It's going to be
Friday
great.
night and Saturday. And also going to start talking about our build up to our trip to Lake Shawnee.
July, guys.
We have tomorrow will be the exactly 4 months away from the day we investigate Lake Shawnee.
4 months.
So
man.
we have 4 months to go before we head to Lake Shawnee. Tomorrow, actually here in about an hour and a half at 12 o'clock midnight, will be 4 months to go. Exactly 4 months until we hit the road to Lake Shawnee to stay overnight in the Lake Shawnee abandoned, very haunted amusement park. And we are gonna be there 20 hours from 2 p.m. Friday afternoon to 10 a.m. Saturday morning.
Isn't that one more hour after? Like
Octagon
longer
was
than
19.
Octagon?
Lake Shawnee is 20.
So this will be officially our longest
Our
investigation.
longest investigation officially coming in
And
4 months.
just wait till I'm gonna have about 7-8 videos, guys.
But the first half of Thursday stream is going to lead up to the weekend events, and then the second half will be our build up as we start our build to Lake Shawnee, which is going to be probably the most. I
Best
don't even know how to
location.
describe it, but one of the best videos we've ever filmed. And I tell you, we have filmed some great ones, but Lake Shawnee is going to be like no other.
Facts. It's gonna be awesome. I hope y'all are ready for it like we are. Holy crap. We got old second star.
Second star.
Ha yes.
I'm sorry, my trunk's going to be packed with gear
Yes.
because we're bringing sleeping bags, we're bringing the tent, we're bringing some firewood to have a campfire. So
Everything.
we're bringing everything. Basically, we're gonna have a nice little overnight camping trip at Lake Shawnee,
It's gonna be our best video.
and get a investigation in the same night. So
It's up
probably not much actual camping going on, as we're gonna be filming 95% of the time.
like Octagon.
Like Octagon, I think we slept 2 hours out of the whole
If
19,
that.
if that.
Yes, Matthew, you can come and take care of us.
But
It's gonna
I
be
was looking. We are 2 hours and 17 minutes from Lake Shawnee.
that's not too awful.
So about a 2.5 hour drive for us, which is honestly, I figured it'd be longer, but
It's a lot longer to Wilmington, North Carolina.
Wilmington's like 6 hours.
Yeah. And who knows what we'll find on the way up there.
Oh,
To
it's West Virginia. I could only imagine. But without further ado, we're going to get started in here with the top 7 most fascinating South African myths and legends. As we start off with number 1 is the evil Takalashi. Perhaps the most well-known creature in South African myth is the Takalashi, a malevolent imp-like spirit from the Zulu culture. According to belief, they are summoned by people wishing to do harm to others. It is capable of causing illness and death to its victims. According to popular legend, people raise their beds on bricks to avoid falling prey to the diminutive Takalashi. However, this idea is problematic because it was possibly invented by Europeans to explain why South Africans put bricks under the legs of their beds. The real reason for the practice is nothing more than to make storage space in cramped quarters. But there is scant evidence for where and how this creature legend actually originated. There are many types of the Takalashi, but they are all small, hairy, long-eared, goblin-like creatures that feed off the negative actions of energy. They are also always connected to a witch who uses them to carry out nefarious deeds. According to legend, the final act of animating a Takalashi is to drive a nail through its forehead. Number 2 is
very interesting. Very interesting.
yeah, to say very interesting to say the least. Definitely don't want to run across one of those. But number 2 is the Adamaster. At the southwestern tip of South Africa lies the Cape of Good Hope. But before it was known by this name, it was known by another more ominous one, the Cape of Storms. It was a well-deserved name, as the promontory is often surrounded by heavy winds and stormy seas that have dashed many ships against the rocks. A creation of the Portuguese poet Adamastor takes his name from the Greek meaning untamable. Adamastor was created in the poem Os Lasuetus, which was first printed in 1572. The poem tells the story of Vasco da Gama's travel through the treacherous waters of the Cape of Storms when he meets Adamastor. He takes the form of a massive giant who appears out of the air to challenge Gama, who would attempt to pass through the cape and enter Adamastor's domain of the Indian Ocean. Adamastor is impressed by his courage and facing the storm sent to defeat him and calms the seas to let him and his crew pass. Okay. Number 3 is probably one of the more wild ones here. The Flying Dutchman. Widely known in Western folklore as the South African legend of the Flying Dutchman, a ghostly ship that is said to sail the waters around the Cape of Good Hope, forever attempting to make port. Seeing the ship is supposed to be a portent of doom, and hailing the ship will result in the Flying Dutchman attempting to send messages to the land. Those who attempt to fulfill the Flying Dutchman's wishes will soon meet with a terrible end. The myth of the Flying Dutchman is likely to have originated in the early 17th century, as the Dutch VOC, which is also known as the East India Company, was at the height of its power in traversing the waters of southern Africa regularly. Cape Town was founded as a refreshment station in 1652. Over the centuries, there have been various sightings of this Flying Dutchman, but the most likely candidate for these visions is a complex mirage called Fata Morgana, in which ships appear to be floating above the water over the horizon. Number 4 is the Hole in the Wall. The hole in the wall off the coast of the Eastern Cape is a detached cliff with a large opening. People believe that it is a gateway for their ancestors and call it the place of thunder due to the loud clap that waves make as they pass through it. The South African legend tells how it was once connected to the mainland, forming a lagoon fed by the Mapako River and cut off from the ocean. The story is that there was a beautiful maiden who, unlike her people, loved the sea. She would sit at the edge of the water and watch the waves roll in. One day, one of the sea people appeared out of the ocean. He had flipper-like hands and feet and flowing hair like the waves. The creature said that he had watched her for some time and admired her and then asked her to be his wife. The maiden went home and told her father what had happened, but he was furious and said that his people would not trade their daughters with the sea people. He forbidden her from going to the lagoon ever again. That night she slipped away to meet her lover. He met with her and told her that she must wait until high tide and he would prove his love for her before he retreated back into the ocean. The girl waited, and a number of sea people appeared bearing a large fish, which they used to batter a hole in the cliff face, connecting the lagoon to the sea. As the tide came in, a huge wave smacked against the hole, creating a massive fountain of spray. Riding the crest of the wave was her lover. She leaped into his arms and was whisked away, never to be seen again. That one was quite interesting.
Interesting, Matt. We lost the code. Oh, Dakota's back.
Sorry, guys. Kind of lost internet there for a minute. What happened? Come on.
What the freak, Dakota?
God. Thank you.
What are you doing, bro?
I don't know. Their things being stupid. Okay, let's
No, I was
continue.
moving it at the same time as you were.
Let's continue. Number 5 is the Groot slang. Let's try not to lose internet this time. The Groot slang, or Big Snake, is a legendary cryptid said to live in a Richtersveld in the far northwest of the country. The creature is a mix between an elephant and a python, which varying depictions as to what part of the animal resembles what. It's usually depicted with an elephant's head and the body of the snake. God, that would look awful.
Yeah.
Yep, I definitely got taken out by this elephant python monster, whatever.
Snake.
Okay. The legend states that when the gods were young, they created a creature that was too cunning and powerful, and after making many of these creatures, they realized their mistake and split them each into two, creating snakes and then elephants. But however, one of these Groot slings escaped and now lives in a cave in the Richardsveld where it lures elephants to their death. The Groot slang is cruel and covets precious gems. It is said that people captured by the Groot slang can bargain for their life in exchange for gems. Okay. All right. Y'all are going to have to bear with me on this one because this one is a very weird name and I'm probably not going to pronounce it right. Number 6 is the Heitzi Abib and Ga Gariba. What a name, but okay. And here's another one. In Kahakoi folklore, there's a story of the heroic champion Aiti Abib who challenges a mighty monster named Ga Gariba. This is a South African myth that can also be found among the San people of Naimba and Botswana. Associated with Guanab, the god of death in the underworld, Ga Gariba is a monster that sits on the edge of a deep hole. He challenges passers-by to throw rocks at his head to knock him down. Whoever takes up the challenge faces certain doom as the rocks bounce off his head and strikes the person who threw it. But upon hearing of all the deaths, Haiti decided to kill the Ga Gariba. There are also various versions of how the story ended. In one version, the Haiti whatever, distracts the monster long enough to sneak up behind him and strike him behind the ear, upon which Ga Gariba falls into the hole. By contrast, in another version, the Haiti Ebib wrestles with a monster and they both fall into the hole. In all versions of the story nowadays, however, the Haiti Ebib somehow survives and then vanquishes his foe. And the last one, number 7, is the legend of Van Hunks and the Devil.
Yes.
The South African legend of Juan Van Hunks is one of an old retired sea captain who would regularly hike up the slopes of the mount we now call Devil's Peak.
Ooh.
There he looked over the settlement of Cape Town, then just a small port which was constructed to refuel and replenish Dutch ships traveling to and from the East Indies. While sitting on the slopes, he would smoke his pipe. One day while he was smoking, a stranger walked up to him and asked if he could join him. So Van Hunks and the stranger smoked together until the stranger challenged him to a smoking duel. Of course, he accepted, and the two smoked so much that the clouds of smoke had formed over the mountain. Eventually, the stranger couldn't keep up with Van Hunks, and he stood up to leave. As he stumbled away, Van Hunks glimpsed a red tail trailing behind the stranger. He realized that he had been smoking with none other than the devil himself. Today, the
Man.
occurrence of clouds over Devil's Peak and Table Mountain are attributed to Van Hunks and the devil smoking up a storm. This is a very popular South African myth that has also found itself being incorporated into the framework of the town's cultural history. And that is the top 7 fascinating South African urban legends and myths.
Well, I got the top 10 scariest African urban legends. And again, I'm probably going to butcher a lot of this. So,
Yeah, I
but
did
number
too.
10, the carnivorous tree of Madagascar. In 1874, the New York World published a letter from poor portent Bantish named Carl Leach. Leach claimed to have witnessed a cannibalistic ritual performed by pilgrims of the Magub tribe who had brought him to a pineapple-shaped plant surrounded by writing serpent-like tendrils. Then there the tribe sacrificed one of their number to the tree, which wrapped around her and ate her alive. Leech fled as the rest of the tribe drank from the blood and intoxicating nectar oozing from the plant. The story was later exposed as a hoax, and there's no record of a Magub tribe, but it continued to do the rounds for many decades afterwards. Ooh, that's interesting. If it's true.
The demon tree. What a
Number 9, the Karoo mermaids. Mermaids appear in the folklore of many cultures. In some stories, they're benevolent, saving drowned sailors and others. However, there's much more menacing. The Ard Karoo region in South Africa might seem like a strange place for mermaid lore, but it's also a place of rock pool caves and submerged caverns. According to local legend, these dark-haired, beautiful fish-tailed creatures lure unsuspecting victims to their death. The story of the Karoo mermaids is more compelling when you consider the ancient rock paintings found in the area, created by the Kasun people who seem to despite fishtail humanoids. That's interesting. This one is the Niki Naka. It is said that in the lakes and rivers of West Africa there lurks a strange and mysterious creature. The Niki Naka, or devil dragon, is described as a reptilian, serpent-like animal that feeds on children who disobey their parents by venturing to the swamp. Well, they shouldn't disobey their parents. Although wingless, it's a swift swimmer. In 2006, an expedition of dragon hunters from the Dorset-based Centre for 14 Zoology journal by Gambu and to search for evidence of the creature. They found only a few people who claim to have seen it, which isn't surprising, given the sightings are omens of death in the near future. Number 7, we're going to be talking about a vampire. Adzi.
Adzi?
Yeah, Adze.
What a name for a vampire.
Vampiric creature also seem to be common throughout the world. Ghana and Togu are no expectations. The U people tell stories of being called an Azi, which describes itself as a firefly. When captured, the Azi returns to a human form but has the power to possess people. It's fond upon of palm oil and coconut water, but requires the blood of what the hell?
What in the
Requires the
name
blood
of
of
God?
children to survive. Sneaking into
It,
rooms at night. Maybe there's something to all this eating of children monsters like to do. Maybe children's are low carb. What is up with these children in
what
Africa
in the
getting
world is wrong with that thing? That thing is
Yeah,
crazy.
these creatures in Africa are eating these African children. Like,
Like,
what in the
why eat
world?
children? Like, just why? Oh my God.
But number 6 is the Nabi Nabi.
The
Don't
knobby knobby. That's actually hysterical.
I mean that's the Nabi Nabi. I don't know. Inhabiting the Zabis River, the Nabi Nabi is a god revered by the Tagu people of Zambia and Zimbabwe. Also, see that's sad. I can say Zimbabwe just right, but other words, also known as the river god or snake spirit, this
God, here we go with
17
another
fish
snake.
headed creature pursued over
What?
all life in the Zabi Valley. In 1956, however, constructions began on the Kabi Dam right where Nabi Nabi was said to make his home. Subsequently, massive floods killed many workers, which displaced Taga attribute to the angry Nabi Nabi, the dam that said has separated him from his wife. At their suggestion, a cow was sacrificed to the
A
river.
cow?
Yeah, and it said that the missing bodies of drowned workers mysteriously appeared in its place.
What in the world do they do over there in Africa?
Oh, okay, Matt, I can see that.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense, but why would you want to go after children? That's harsh and
Yeah,
cruel.
but the number 5 is the Gamoto, the Kangamoto, the
The what?
Con,
Kangamato.
yeah, Kangamoto.
Okay. Is
If
that a
you thought geese and
kangaroo tomato?
swans, yeah, if you thought geese and swans were the meanest and terrifying winged creatures to live on the water, which geese are freaking assholes,
Oh,
just saying.
God, I hate geese.
But we have some bad news for you. The Mata of Zambia is said to be similar to the pterodactyl. Oh God.
Oh, okay.
They can be repeatedly have a wingspan span of up to 7 feet and are described as black or red. Oh shit, they are Rustberg.
A Rustberg. There we go.
There are several stories of this cryptid attacking fishermen and leaving them scarred, and with a broken boat. They were first written about in Frank Melinda's 1923 book, In Which Bound Africa. And in the 1950s, a man reportedly turned up at the hospital in
Definitely
Manchester
witchbound.
with the wound in his chest from a giant flying. I might have wanted to do a freaking cryptid Monday about that.
Yeah, that would take a whole live stream. That just sounds
That
interesting in
I
itself.
might have to go something about that one. Let me take a
Yeah, for
little
sure.
screenshot about that. Yeah, take a little screenshot. Sorry, guys. Ooh, the number 4 is the Groot slang.
I
Yeah,
want
the
sling,
Groot slang.
Groot sling, the elephant python, as I call it.
Oh, is this the same one? Yep, this is the
Yeah, that's
same
the
one
same
with
one.
Dakota. So I'm not even gonna read that one. Number 3 is the Popowawa. I don't know
What?
Popobawa.
I can't pop a pop popa. I don't ask. I don't know.
Popo Bawa. We're gonna go with that.
Yeah, just go Popobawa.
Hey,
Sure.
hailing from Pimba Island in Tanzania, the Popo Wawa is an evil spirit rumored to be an escaped jinn. Ooh.
Ooh, okay. Now we're
Although,
getting somewhere.
right? Although the creature cast a bat wing like shadow, it's actual a shapeshifter that can assume the form of both humans and animals. Like pretty much all scary things. The Popo
Okay.
Bawa comes at night and is said to smell like sulfur, of course.
Ooh.
In 1995, reported Popo Bawa attacks led to mass hysteria that spread to the mainland. The Popo Bawa is especially enraged if people denied its existence, and it tended to go on rampage during the Za- Zanzibar election cycle, oddly enough. Whew. And number two, the Castle of Good Hope. Hang on. Oh, really? That's interesting. But the Castle of Good Hope, this Bashan fort was built in the late 1600s by the Dutch East Indian Company to protect trade.
Dory Torna?
Huh?
Uh, Dory Torna? Something?
Okay.
One of the most. Okay.
But in the 18th century, a soldier of the gallows cursed governor Peter Van Noot for sentencing him to execution for desertion. It was apparently pretty efforted because the governor died that same day. Effective. That's what the word. The tourists claim to hear and see strange and unexplained things. That's interesting. And
Very.
number one, the Impundulu.
Where do these people get these names from?
As you need another reason to be terrified of thunderstorms, this terrified cryptid is said to be familiar is to be the familiar of familiar of local witches. Okay, it manifests as lightning, or to women as black or white birds, or a handsome young man, all the better to seduce them. Some tribes associate with the wandering bird called the hump, hammercock, like a vampire.
What?
The Impudulu.
It's a sea serpent that lives in the marshes outside the wetlands in Africa. It's a man-eating fish.
Hmm.
All right.
But the
Don't,
Impudulu
don't
has a
want to catch
fierce
that thing.
thirst for blood and can't be killed by ordinary weapons. Only fire can end his life. If you ever in South Africa and hear the crack of thunder and the call of birds, watch out because you are to become the meal of an Impudulu.
Okay, let's go. Let's go experience a thunderstorm in Africa.
I'm down. And shit, you know me, I ain't scared.
I want to see all these wild creatures and birds and
But hang on one second. Dory Torna.
mm,
Oh. But those were pretty interesting ones right there.
yeah, say the least.
I want to go to Africa now.
What? It looks like a woman while underwater, and then it can destroy a boat with one Yeah.
Dang.
Okay. Maybe we shouldn't go to Africa. At least stay away from the ocean. Because 90% of these creatures come out of the ocean.
But I will have to get off here in just a second because I do
Yeah.
have to use the bathroom and get ready for my stream.
I'm going myself. I gotta.
But guys, don't forget tonight after this at about 11:20 to 11:30 p.m. Eastern, I will be live for Cryptid Monday, Season 2, Episode 1, and we will be talking about the infamous Devil Monkey. You don't know what it is?
The devil monkey.
Come to Cryptid Monday and
Okay.
find out what we're gonna be.
Well, on that note, that was episode 9 of our Urban Legends. 3 episodes to go. And then we start the infamous season 3, which I'll tell you guys right now, season 3 is gonna be wild.
Season 3 and Season 4 are gonna be
To top off the last 3 episodes here in season 2, we have Canada.
I have Canada left, the Middle
Yes.
East, and Europe. Dakota will have. I cannot remember your other 3. But we haven't written.
I think that's the only 3. It's Middle East, Canada, and
No, because you had 3 and I had 3.
okay.
Because
So
9, 10, and
we
then
have
you have 11. I have 12. You have 13, and I have 14. Yeah.
okay. So we actually have 5 episodes left in season 2. I got my count.
So, guys, we
So
will.
5 episodes left of season 2, and then we'll jump into season 3. But I hope you guys enjoyed this one tonight about some of the wild creatures that lives around the African territories and the oceans over there. Cryptids of the Philippines.
I mean, Dakota can do the Philippines if y'all want him to for next week.
Philippines.
The Urban Legends of the Philippines.
We can always do Philippines.
That's next week
So,
on Dakota's channel. On my channel on Sunday night, it will be the Urban Legends of Canada. And then next Monday night on Dakota's channel, it will be the Urban Legends of the Philippines.
the Philippines. All right. Well, that's going to do it for tonight's stream. Like I said, Thursday night we will be doing another stream on the events of the weekend and then our build up to Lake Shawnee. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. And Nubs will be doing a live stream at both events this weekend. Friday, Instagram, and then Saturday right here on YouTube.
So,
I might try to do a little vlog here and there, but more than that, not. We do have one more premiere for this week. That'll be coming out tomorrow night at 4 p.m. Eastern. And then that'll be the last premiere until I can get some more uploaded. But until then,
I will, Matthew.
We're going to jump off here
and head on out. And I will see y'all on Cryptid Monday,
jump over to Nubs' stream here in about 20 minutes or so.
Yep.
Hope you guys have a great rest of your night, and I'll see you guys live right here Thursday night at 10:30 p.m. Eastern.
Right, guys.
Goodbye.